Hey yo, this is Dash and welcome to my kitchen. So because it's just above freezing outside, I am going to make a pizza. I'm going to make a skillet pizza in the house, in the oven, and I'm going to bring you guys along and we're going to do this in real time. So I'm not going to stop the camera. Let's get going.
Get ready.
Alright, so I did a few things to prepare prior to... I always like to use the dull side as opposed to the shiny side. It's just me. I did a few things to prepare prior to getting my pizza out. So one of the things I have is some olive oil. I'm going to actually put some olive oil, a little bit of olive oil on my aluminum foil. I did just wash my hands again prior to starting. This is store-bought pizza dough. If you want to make pizza dough at home yourself, feel free. Do not at me for using store-bought dough. A little bit of oil on my fingers. Let's get the dough out. Now I left the dough sitting out on the counter for about 10 minutes or so, just to try and make it a little warmer. Pro tip, put some water underneath your foil, it won't stick. So I'm just gonna start in the middle and press outward. Now my oil is down underneath, I'm just pressing outward. I'm no pizza making professional. I'm just gonna press outward. You can do the whole lift it up and use gravity to do all of those things I'm not a professional. I'm going to spread this out. Now in my oven, I have my 12-inch skillet. My 12-inch skillet is being preheated to 425 degrees. I have my oven set at 425 degrees. I'm going to get the skillet out. This is bigger than the skillet. I'm going to drop it in the skillet. Pizza sauce, mozzarella cheese, and I'm using turkey pepperoni tonight. I'm going to load this thing up. This is the side that had the olive oil on it. I turned it up because when I put it into the pan, this side is going to end up going down. Move that out of the way for a second. I'm going to wash my hands. Inch skillet. Pizza sauce. And then I didn't mention this pizza dough is store-bought. The pizza dough normally comes in a 1 pound. It comes in a 1 pound package. I ended up cutting the pizza dough in half and only used 8 ounces. The 8 ounces fits pretty perfectly in this 12-inch skillet for, I won't say for giggles, but the other day my wife and my daughter, we made pizzas similarly. My daughter used the 5-inch skillet. Thanks, Jimmy. They used the 5-inch, or she used the 5-inch skillet. My wife used the 12-inch skillet. Same but they used 4 ounces, a 4-ounce portion of the pizza dough. So they had much smaller pizzas, and it worked out really well for them. Pick up my pizza. Come on. Shoot. Again, I am no pizza making professional. Drop it right down in here. Spread it out to the edges. Pizza sauce. Do not forget that this pan is hot. If you go to make any corrections or spin it around and move it or anything like that, when you're putting your cheese on your pizza, do not reach in the bag to get your cheese. Do not reach in the bag to get your cheese. The oils from your hands will make your cheese spoil faster. Always pour your cheese into one hand over top of the pizza so anything that drips or falls on the pizza. You can then place the cheese in and around the pizza how you like. Two handfuls of cheese is pretty good for me for this pizza. Clean up as we go. Pepperoni. Similarly. I like turkey pepperoni, so I am going to layer this bad Johnny up. Oh no, I had some extra. Again, do not forget the skillet is hot. Place the skillet in the oven, 425 for 12 minutes. Alexa, set a pizza timer for 12 minutes.
Thanks, Tiny Diamond. I'll take it from here.
All right.
Pizza timer, 12 minutes. Starting now.
Alright, so my timer is set. I'll bring you guys back in 12 minutes. So how was your day? My day? Oh, my goodness.
Your pizza timer is done.
Thanks, Alexa. Stop. Alexa, stop. Alright. So, 12 minutes at 425. This pizza is not done, and I know that. I'm gonna say I expected that, but I did know that. I'm going to look under the crust or at the bottom of the crust and see. Kind of hard for me to show you guys at the same time, but we're getting there. So at this point, I always use the timer as a gauge, a guide to see how long I'm going to keep the pizza in here. The crust can get a little browner, so I can do one of two things. I can just put it back in the oven and let it crisp up some more, or I can put it under the broiler. Which do you think I should do? Under the broiler or just back in the oven? Alright. My wife just so happened to come down. She says put it back in the oven. So we'll put it back for another 2 minutes and see how it turns out. Alexa, add 2 minutes to a pizza timer.
You have no active timers, so I'll start one. 2 minutes, starting now.
All right. Alexa, stop. So I ended up adding another like 3 minutes to the timer. And the whole thing is I set my timer for a lower amount of time. So I set my timer for 12 minutes to start. And the reason I set it for 12 minutes is that so I wouldn't burn my pizza. I don't want to go too far away, or I don't want it to get too far. But this looks pretty perfect, pretty good for me, for my taste. So I'm going to get it out on the cutting board so it'll stop cooking. I'll let it sit here for a moment or two just to kind of cool down just a bit. Turn off my oven, and this looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. It came right out of the pan, which is a good indication that the pan is seasoned well enough. And I know better than to try to eat this right away. I know my kids would be like, slice it up, dive right in. So I'm gonna give this a minute or two to cool, and I'll bring you guys back. All right. So it took about maybe not even a half an hour for me for this start to finish. So quick dinner at home, little preparation, turning the oven on 425, putting Skillet in the oven at the same time that I took the dough out of the refrigerator for about 15-20 minutes to let it come to room temperature. Makes it a lot more pliable and easy to spread. Skillet got warm, put everything into the skillet, prepare everything, throw everything in the oven. It took about 15-16 minutes for my pizza to cook. Your mileage may vary depending on your toppings, how big you make your pizza, how thin your pizza is, lots of different variables. My suggestion is to set a timer for a lower amount of time and then check on your pizza every 2 to 3 minutes. But with all of those things being said, I'm going to dig into my pizza. Make sure if you don't have one, get yourself a pizza cutter. It makes this a lot easier. And the cutting board, firm pressure. And I'm just going to cut this into 4 pieces. And, all right, I guess moment of truth. You know what? Let's cut it. Into 8s. All right. So taste tester number 2 happened to be down here when I was cutting this or about to cut it. So I told him I would give him some of my pizza, but ooh, this is the one with the double pepperoni. Homemade pizza, underrated. Skillet pizza, also underrated. So quick, so easy. And when you get your wife and your kids involved and they have buy-in as to what goes on their pizza, how their pizza is made, you aren't blamed when they don't like it. Alright, I'm gonna finish divvying this up and edit this video because it'll go out tomorrow. Anyway, thanks again as always for watching. If you haven't already, please do leave a thumbs up and a comment down below. If you like what you saw, if you learned something, please tell me about it. Anyway, thanks again. Have a good evening. I'll see you next time.
More butter, baby.